Hi guys, it's Ashley here, and in today's video we are doing something different. Now, I filmed over the course of a couple of days of some random things that I did art related, so I thought I would put it together for a video for y'all. So here I am just working on a black and white sketch, which then I turn into a watercolor painting. And up there is my tagline. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. So anyways, I'm doing this black and white little sketch. I've never done one of these before, or I might have, but I don't remember it. But I thought it would be fun to do something different. These past couple days, I started work, so I started working, and I always feel like when I'm super busy, I always want to create, or I get ideas to create. And so that's why I took out my sketchbook and my markers and decided to do some painting. So you will see the sketchbook a lot in this video. It's it's the Canson watercolor sketchbook. It's not my favorite, but I used it for a review, which is somewhere. I'll link it. I'll link it above my review that I did of this sketchbook. But it's not necessarily my favorite just because of the way the watercolor lays. It's not my favorite, but it might be your favorite. Just try when you're trying different things. You'll see what you like. So yeah, so here I'm just laying in light layers, and then I'm also putting a little swatch card on the side there to see what colors I used. But I am using a reference that I took in Maine. So I went to Maine a couple summers ago, and my aunt and uncle took me to my brother and my dad were digging clams, and obviously that's something I don't want to do, or I didn't want to do. So my aunt and uncle took me out, and we went and got some pictures. And so this was one of the areas that we stopped by. Let me pull up a picture so y'all can see what I'm painting. So here's the reference that I'm using. I didn't edit it or anything like that. I just went with it. So this drawing that I'm doing, or this painting, is not perfect. I just wanted to do something, get painting out there. The paint that I am using is a watercolor palette that I put together. I don't think I have a video on the watercolor palette, but I do have a video over all my watercolors, so I will link that right now. So the brush I'm also using is honestly just a random one that I was given through my school. I think it's from back in my community college days when I took some art classes. We were cleaning out the studio and I was able to take the brush home. Or I found it at my previous college. I honestly all don't remember. It's around number 10, I believe, and I love it. It's great. It works amazingly. Like, there's no threads that come out of it. It works great. And I use this one a lot in this video, as you will see. But one of the most important things that I look for when I'm painting something like this is I make sure I get all my values. So I get my darks where they need to be and my lights where they need to be. So that's what you see me working on here. You can also see that the colors I'm using are very muted. The photo I'm using is also very muted, so it's all right. And see, now I made a mistake because I throw in these branches before it's even dry. So I do make a lot of mistakes on this painting, but honestly, just getting the paint out and painting is just, it works. You paint every day. I should do a video over this. It'll be long to edit, but I should do a video where I just paint, or I paint every day to see my progress. If y'all think that I should do that, let me know down below in the comments if you think I should do a video where I paint every day and see the progress that happens. So we are about to move on to my next painting that I did. Oh, well, I forgot about this bit. So this is my doggy Buddy. This day I decided I wanted to go outside and do some painting, to do some drawing per se. I picked a bad day because it is really windy out. So that's why I didn't put on talking or whatever like that. But I just went outside in my backyard, and you're going to see me move here in a bit. But I am walking up to these flowers. Buddy's not peeing or anything. He's just standing there because I'm outside. And you can even see the rods of my, there we go. Just some aesthetic looking footage. I took out my sketchbook, and I'm trying to draw these flowers here on my right. It's so windy that it's hard, but I don't know. I wanted to get outside. This was before I had a shift today, or this day I'm filming, and I just wanted to get some art done beforehand, and I really enjoy spending my time outside. So that's what I'm doing here, just drawing these flowers from life, which is one of the things I love doing is, drawing from life. One of the takeaways that I took from when I went to Italy. Now, oh, and we can see a random sock in front of me. I found that. But, oops, what am I doing? So I'm just drawing. I'm drawing the backside of my house. I don't work very long outside. I don't work very long out here. I just wanted to get some stuff done. And just getting out there and drawing is it's important. So I'm just working in my sketchbook here. The sketchbook I'm using is I think it's Roland Talon's art creations. I was influenced by Instagram to get this, and I do really love it. I don't use it like a lot of people use theirs. Well, actually, a lot of people use their sketchbooks for different things, so I guess it doesn't matter. But anyways, I just like using it for just sketches and practicing. I can't really put watercolor in it because the paper doesn't really hold it well. But I've been trying out different techniques, and you're going to see this in the video. I'm trying out different techniques. And see, now I'm done because, oops, I just stepped on my colored pencils thing. So now I'm working in my sketchbook again. I'm in my studio. I'm just working on some bird drawings. I spent 15 minutes cropping bird drawings or bird pictures for this. And these references I'm using, I actually took from outside my studio window. So, yeah, so that's a little fun fact. But yeah, I'm just working on my sketchbook here. A lot of the mornings I try to work on things before my shift. Oh, excuse me. Just because I want to get things done, and I want to try to be as creative as possible while working as well, because it's not doing me any good if I'm not working on my art. And so these past couple weeks I've been trying to figure out a good balance, and it's hard too because I don't always know when I'm going to go to work. So now we're getting some aesthetic looking content. We are mixing some colors for a painting that I'm working on. Yes. I don't know, I like this content. It's cool. We like it. So for these paintings, I'm using a sketchbook or a sketchbook. I'm using painting that I've used before in my Italy's watercolor palette. So my paint that I'm using is the Zecchi watercolor paint that I got in Italy. And I'm using the same paintbrush as before. And then the sketchbook I'm using is the Honolulu, I'm saying that wrong, the Honolulu sketchbook. It's not the one that's 100% cotton. It's the other one. But I do want to try the 100% cotton one. I just haven't got it yet. But I'm just working on this flower here. That's from my I have a rose bush. And so when the flowers were blooming, I took pictures of it. But now they are dead, which is hilarious. But anyways, I'm just working in my sketchbook here. I did record doing the sketches for the flowers, but I think I did it kind of later at night, so the footage was kind of fuzzy. So I didn't want to show it because it wasn't the best. Also, the day I'm filming this, or this actual clip, is when Taylor Swift's new album came out, and so I'm definitely jamming to it right now. If you are curious, that is what I'm doing. Or it might be the second day. No, I think was it the day of? Gosh, I don't remember. That was like last week. That was a week ago. Not me, like, completely forgetting. Anyways, I'm just working on this rose here. I'm trying to let each layer dry completely before I go back on top of it. And as you can see, I'm building from light to dark. And I did this off camera, but I did a lot of swatches from this Zecchi palette. So that's the palette right on the screen. And I did a lot of like color swatching. When I'm feeling really creative and I don't know what to create, I'll do lots of swatches, see what colors look best together. So I made a swatch on my watercolor sketchbook that I mentioned before. But it helps a lot having like a chart out when you're trying to get the right colors. Eventually you will learn which colors go best together. And I do that a lot, but I also like to look at references. So here I'm just working, on the flower, trying to get it. These are, supposed to be just fun, botanical flowers that I'm working on. I try to get it as realistic as possible because that's my vibe. That's what I like to paint. But I am on the next page. I am going to play with a different technique that I found on Pinterest. I think I'm going to do like a light outline in ink. We will see if I do that or not. I haven't done it yet, but I am looking forward to it. I really love just doing the things that I love. So doing flowers and like realistic flowers and using my favorite color pink and using my favorite brush, my favorite paint. So we're just getting after it. I also recommend having your reference out in front of you so that you can really see what you're working on because sometimes the screen on a computer is different from what you print. And so it just helps a lot when trying to get the correct colors. These are just some random tips that are just coming to me. But just always practice is important. I know a lot of people are just like, oh, you want me to practice? but it really helps. The more art you work on, the better you'll get. But you also want to make sure that you're using your knowledge to the extent of what you have for that knowledge. So, instead of just doing like, a random, like, I don't want to say crappy, but like, when you know you could do better, because I've definitely done that. But always practice and always do the best you can, and you will get better. And you gotta let things dry and stuff like that. So I also wanted to mention that it is raining a whole bunch in these clips of the pink rose. So you could tell that it was kind of getting darker each clip. And it was raining. Oh, I am jamming to some Taylor Swift. I am definitely jamming to Taylor Swift. But yeah, the clips relatively get darker because it's raining outside. I'm also using this other palette, which is, in my video, I was talking about my watercolor palettes. So I'll put that up so you can see that too again. But I'm using the pinks in there. The Opera Rose from Daniel Smith and the Winsor Newton. I think it's the Rose Madder Genuine. Those are my two favorite colors. I like to use those a lot. And so those are some colors that I'm using in the painting. And as you can see, it is getting similar to the actual reference, which is really cool. I also like to share little bits and bobs on my Instagram. So if you check out Miss Elizabeth 97, that is my art Instagram. I also have a knitting Instagram. I'm not sure y'all would be interested in that since, we're doing art. But yeah, I have another account too, which is dedicated to my knitting. But anyways, I post a lot of behind the scenes and stuff on my art one. So if you want to see behind the scenes stuff, check out my Instagram at Miss Elizabeth 97. I also have a bunch of like art pieces and stuff on my website, which is down below in the description box. So yeah, I just had to get all those out there. And see in the corner you can see all my my swatches that I did. Those are really fun to do. But yep, I'm just working on this flower and now we're about to change to something else. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Just had to throw that in there. But now I'm working in my sketchbook again, and I am about to work on the painting that's in front of me. And I'm just picking out the colors I think that will match my reference perfectly. So I'm picking the colors from my chart and I'm mixing them, and then I'm just throwing them on this sketchbook. Even though it doesn't hold watercolor very well, it makes the paper buckle. It's still really nice to use, just for small washes. So that's what I'm doing here. And you really want to play around with your color to really find the color that you're looking for. Using brighter colors makes your colors brighter, and using opposite colors of each other help dull down the color. There's just some tips that I have. And I'm just pointing out the colors that I think would work. And then I try to remember, all right, this one's Naples Yellow Light, and this other one is Prussian Blue. So I mix those two together, and I get this color. And so that's the thing you can't see is I should have fixed the angle of the camera, because one of these, it's coming along, but I did a really good angle, which I really liked. Which is another thing I'm trying to work on is my angle, so y'all can see what I'm doing. But here I'm just writing down the colors that work together. And if you do want a video over this, what I'm doing now, and the chart, let me know. I did do a similar chart in one of my videos, but that one took a lot longer, and I think it was one of my smaller palettes. I don't think it was my big palette. But I also put these on my Instagram story, so when I work on them, I like to throw a pic on to show what I'm doing. So if you're curious, the reference I am using is one I took in Maine again. It's of I think it's called The Height of the Land. And I really, I don't know, I took a lot of great pictures that year, so I'm just using all that I can. So I'm also working in this watercolor sketchbook again, the Canson one. It's okay. Like, yeah, I mentioned this before in this video, and I mentioned it in other videos. It's not really my favorite, but I like using it for practice. It's just a lot of fun. So, I'm gonna throw up the reference so you can see. So here's the reference that I'm using. I actually forgot. I took this a couple years ago, so it's an old reference. But I do really like it. So I do want to work on this picture again, maybe on different paper, maybe even like hot pressed paper. I just want to really see how realistic I can get it, because I have done this other landscape kind of painting before, and I got it kind of looking like the photo, and I really miss doing paintings like that. They stress me out, but I don't know. I've been really missing my college days, and I worked a lot on a lot of just everything. And that was one of my favorite projects I did in my watercolor class. It was my first project in that watercolor class. And I remember just being so anxious and nervous to see what people would say about it, because I just felt like, it was my first like critique in the class, in my first class doing watercolor, like for a class, because I played with it beforehand, but never really, did what I did. And so I was really anxious about it, and I just got good remarks about it, saying, "Oh my gosh, it looks just like a photo. I thought there was a photo up there," and stuff like that. And so, that kind of boosted my ego when I was in college. So now that I'm not in college anymore, I'm not really doing stuff like that again. I'm like, man, like, I kind of want to do that again. So one of these days, I am going to put a video out, or I'm going to work on things I want to work on, and I should. So the random spew there, just hitting myself, because you should be painting what you want to paint, and I love a lot of stuff, so it's hard to really just get out there and do it. And I'm definitely jamming to Taylor Swift here. But anyways, I'm just starting from the background, and I'm moving my way up. I'm not getting it as detailed as I wish I would have. I also forgot to start out by putting down. So one of the things about watercolor is it's really hard to save those white bits. And you do have, it's called masking fluid, and you can put masking fluid on it. And in this video, you will see me do it. But I think I put it on too late. I should have done a little more. But masking fluid is very tricky, and I think I need to get a new bottle or something, because I'm pretty sure it was trying not to work with me, and you'll see that. But anyways, I should have done it maybe in this layer, or maybe even before I started painting, but I didn't really think about it. I kind of just wanted to get started. So that'll be one of the things I do when I do the another painting of it. I will start with masking fluid first. But anyways, I'm just working on the mountains here. These are mountains because it's, in Maine and not in Texas where all we have is hills. Which is probably why I use a lot of references from Maine, is because I just really love Maine. And I always feel uninspired by Texas. A problem. I feel like that we all have those artists who live in Texas. Um, Plus, I just love a lot of different things. Um, but anyways, I'm just mixing colors here, and I'm also using the swatches, in my sketchbook there to help me out. But it's just fun to get out and paint and really get creative and just get going. Also, if y'all would like to see like tutorials on how I paint my stuff or anything like that, please let me know in the comments because I will not shy away from showing y'all how I work on things because I know a lot of people look at other people's work and it's like, how can I do that? And, it's really helpful for help and tips and things. And so I have a lot of that. So if you're interested in me doing like, a video of how I paint something, please let me know. I probably will make a video about it soon. Just pick a reference and just sit one day and just paint and then do a voiceover like this. But, just let me know. Because I know my channel isn't all tutorials. It's more just showing you my process and what I'm working on. So yeah. But yeah, I think we're about to take a pause on this painting and we'll come back to it pretty soon after it's all dry. I'll probably be wearing a different outfit. Oh, nope. Oh, we changed the angle. So this is the angle I really like. If y'all like this angle too, let me know. But I feel like y'all can see what I'm doing a lot better. It's hard because I'm right-handed, so trying to do like a shot from the side is really hard because all you see is my hand. But anyways, I'm putting the little trees in here now. And as you can see, I'm working light to dark. And so I'm working on the dark bits now. And you can kind of see the way that I'm moving, my paintbrush, trying to make the, kind of like the outline of the trees. And I'm not doing it perfectly. Like, I probably could have done it better. But, this is just me playing. And, that's what I recommend. As I'm saying a lot in this video, but playing around with your colors really help you get better. Like, there's this artist on Instagram. Oh, I forgot her name. But she's been doing like landscapes each day, and she uses one of those Etcher sketchbooks. One of those Etcher sketchbooks. And oh, I just want one so bad. She has the landscape one, and it's kind of big. And what she does is she does a little color wheel with the colors she's going to use, and then she does like a black and white drawing or painting and uses like a monochrome color, like so just blue. And then her next painting she'll do is a of the reference. So like exactly like all the colors and stuff. And she does one every day. And I think that's really cool. She actually picks out the colors or picks out the references already. So she just goes through a little chart on her computer and picks one out. And I think that's really cool. All right, so now I'm using the masking fluid. And this stuff gave me the horrors. Like, I hated using this. And I always hate using it. But they do have like a pen version out that I want to try. I need to make an order from Dick Blick. And I like using Blick because they have really good sales. And this is not sponsored, by the way. I'm just, saying my piece. But they have one of those masking fluid pens for like $6. So it's not bad. And so I want to make an order. And I'll obviously do a haul for y'all because I don't know, everyone likes hauls. Honestly, I love hauls too, because I just like to see what everyone else is getting, so then I can put that on my list. Um, but anyways, I'm just working with the masking fluid here, which is a pain in my butt. And the reason why it's a pain in my butt is because it's really hard to get precise with the masking fluid. I'm sure there's other materials out there I can use to help with that. I should probably do some research. I know Mind of Watercolor has some videos about masking fluid, so I should look at those again. Buddy, my dog is trying to leave my room. So this is really random, but if you're looking for references and you can't find a good reference, I really recommend looking at magazines. Like sometimes magazines have lots of like landscapes. I really like the garden ones. Kind of funny. But some of the garden ones are really fun. I've done a few paintings from, I think it's called Garden Homes or something like that. But I've done a lot of fun ones from there before, of just like oil paintings too, which I'm laughing at because it's kind of funny. But when I went to a community college once, I one of the students there was using a magazine for her reference, and I thought that was pretty cool. So anyways, here I'm just starting up again. Oh, and another idea for references is check out Flickr. There's Pixabay. There's some others too out there that are really good for references. All right, back to the painting. So my masking fluid has dried, and I'm going on top of that with some more color because as you can see in my reference, it's really dark towards the bottom. And so I'm trying to capture that in my painting. And I did realize from this angle, there's a lot more blue in the mountain in the background than what I have. Looks like mine's a little more muted, which is fine. I'll just keep that in mind for when I work on it, again. But anyways, in this video, I do not take off the masking fluid. If you want to see like the final product, sorry I'm giving you a cliffhanger, but if you want to see the final product, I will be putting it on my Instagram soon once I finish it. I took off the masking fluid already, and I still have a little bit more to do on it. But yeah, so now we're gonna move on to the last painting that I'm doing. I'm just working on this flower. I work on another flower too, which you can kind of see in the background. But I did this one just randomly, I think the other day. And it's a photo from my phone from my flower garden or my flower bush. It's not really a garden yet. But anyways, yeah, I love the paper I'm using on this one. This one is you can kind of see it in the corner. It's the Fulid. It's 5x8, and I think it's 300 GSM. Because it kind of holds a lot of, I want to say product, but it holds a lot of watercolor, and I really like it. Like some days I like it, some days I don't. It's weird. It's funny. But here in a bit, I'm gonna switch over to my other painting, which is on hot press paper. Whoops, I'm still working on this one for a little bit before I switch to the hot pressed one. But as I said before, I just really love these botanical like flowers. I don't know why precisely. Maybe I'm an old soul, but I really love just the botanical look of a lot of these flowers, and so that's why I paint them a lot. I don't know why, y'all. I just really love flowers. It's a problem, but I think it's an okay problem. Um, I just really like flowers, and I love the color pink. And I love making things that aren't realistic, like this blank sheet of paper. I'm making it look like a flower. Um, I don't know, it is what it is. I also love doing a lot of landscapes. Oh, here we are. So this is the hot pressed paper. And this one I did a fun little technique was I actually did an outline in colored pencil before I started doing paint on it. And so I did light layers and I just moved up. There's this technique where you use marker and then you go over with colored pencil, but I don't. The color markers I have aren't really the best. I need to go out and get like a whole like a whole set. I've been looking at the not Honolulu's, the Ahulas, starts with an O. But I've been looking at those. Oops, I guess I'm done. So now I am just looking for something to do here with my hands. I was thinking of doing another painting, but I think I went off to do something else. Ooh, I am grooving. This new Taylor Swift album um, is just amazing. I love it. But anyways, we are done. So I just want to thank y'all for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any recommendations of, you know, ideas, just let me know, for like video ideas and things like that. I'd really enjoy it. So I just want to thank y'all for watching and I hope you have a lovely day, a lovely Saturday. And yeah, bye y'all.